Thank you for staying with us. And we have Dr. Obi Esiobu back on the line, and we're looking at how self-esteem can affect relationships and marriages. Dr. Obi, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so please tell us, how does self-esteem affect marriages and relationships?
Okay, this is a very, very important topic, and I'm sure that by the time we're done, our viewers would be more enlightened. So basically, self-esteem, as we know, has to do with a person's self-worth or sense of worth, and that determines a lot of things. Determines whether they would put up with abuse, whether they will put up with manipulation. It even determines the kind of choices that they make. That's why we're looking at this. When a person's self-worth or esteem, they mean the same thing, is low, then it will always reflect in the choice of a partner or a mate and in the things that they put up with in that relationship. So I don't know if this is simple enough for our viewers.
All right. So if it reflects, like, how is it? Because it plays a lot of role, and we're looking at how that when a person's self-worth or self-esteem is low, it affects relationships. What is that effect it has? Is it in the positive or in the negative?
Okay, so I'll start with the low one. Of course, if the worth is low, it's definitely going to be negative, because you won't even really know what you want. So you will always keep looking out for people who are desires, or so to speak. A practical example: some people know they are meant to leave a person or a relationship because the signs are obvious, the red flags are obvious. But one of the reasons why they keep staying, putting up with a lot, is because they unconsciously say to themselves, if I go, I've heard that severally, if I go, what will become of me? What will become of? They don't even believe they can amount to anything outside that person. So definitely, if the worth is low, the impact will be negative. And after a while, the person is just lost in that whole situation. And this is one of the major reasons why people struggle during breakups. It's not the only reason, but it's a major reason. If your self-esteem is healthy, you are likely to deal with a breakup or a separation better. But if it's not healthy, that in itself is another complication. And then, of course, if it's healthy, the impact will be positive, because you know that you are coming in, bringing value to the table. You are not just taking. You are also giving. So yeah. So in a nutshell, if the worth is negative, the impact will be. If the worth is low, the impact will be negative. If the worth is high or healthy, the impact will be positive. So hopefully we can unpack some of this in the coming episodes. Yes, I hope that answers your question.
All right. Now, Dr. Obi, there's something that usually happens in a relationship. I don't know if you're very much aware of this. When you're having a conversation with someone, perhaps a lady, and you got to talk to the lady about certain issues, and at some point you're like, okay, what do you think about this? And the response is, I don't know. This level of indecisiveness, can it be attributed
Yes.
to low self-esteem, so that the person does not even know how to decide and what to decide on?
Yes, yes, it can, but it's not always the only. It's not always the only factor. But in the context of what we're talking about today, yes, it can be. Yeah, because some people because in every relationship, whether it's a relationship leading to marriage or an actual marriage, one of the biggest things that goes on in a healthy relationship is affirmation, helping the person see the value that they have. That's one way to know if your relationship is healthy. So if someone is always in a state of indecisiveness, yes, it could be a pointer to a very low self-esteem.
So how do you
You
help?
have to think it.
So how do you help someone who is in that mix to get out of that situation?
Yeah, so I just mentioned one. So you need to begin to affirm, you need to begin to encourage, tell them the strong points that they have and the value that they have, because we live in a world that is constantly trying to put people down. And that's the whole concept of safe space. So you ensure that that space is safe for that person to grow and learn. So just keep affirming. Watch the words that you use.